Hi everyone, Dorota Palicka, international nail artist and educator here. And today in this video I want to show you how to create an amazing roses with the blooming gel. They look absolutely unbelievable and are quite easy to achieve. Have a preview of it in here. I hope you really like this tutorial the same way I do. So let's start. I've got those amazing roses. They are absolutely fantastic, and I show you how to achieve this look. Such a simple way to create some nail art. So we've got some nails. You could do it on white background on a client nails, or you could just do it on like an base gel. So we are gonna start with the blooming gel. So easy and so effective. Make sure you apply it nice and thin, so I'm kind of brushing it pretty strong, even less product at the edges of the design, because the blooming gel spreads, so you don't want to never put too much at the ends of your nails and at the sides. So we've got nice and thin layer, and then on our mixing palette we are gonna grab the pink color, which is 238. I use this color a lot, because I think it's such a nice and pretty color. And then some white, so 173, just a small scoop of it. And then ideally you want two sizes of the dotting tool. So I've got one which is slightly bigger. Again, the composition of the flowers can be different on different tips. So because I have done it some in the middle, some on the bottom, here I will go it from the top. So pick up a scoop of the pink gel, and I want some large rose in here. Just place it there. Depending what size of the rose you want, you will place it smaller or a bigger dot. And then using a smaller dotting tool, so I've got my smaller one, I'm gonna grab some white. Okay, just a small amount of the white in there. You want to start in the middle and then go in a rounded motion one side, and then go back and do it in the other side. So let's do that. One side, just like this. Things don't look nice yet, but you have grabbed it some pink on your dotting tool, and now you are just gonna go opposite way and create an absolutely amazing rose. Look how pretty and how easy it is. Like two movements of the dotting tool. And then here I will just place a smaller one, so a smaller dot and then smaller white. Go one side, don't clean the dotting tool, and then just go other side, and we've got a tiny wee rose. And another one just in there. Clean my dotting tool, grab the white, go one direction, and you can see the middle isn't looking nice, so we have to go the opposite direction with the pink which we had it. Wait for it to spread, and if you want you can add it more. I'm actually gonna add another tiny one in here and in there. So such a simple way to create roses. There we are. We've got couple roses. You can wait for them to spread nice and then give them a cook. Okay, let's try different composition. So exactly the same way. Clean your tip so there is no fluff. Make sure you work through your blooming gel because you don't want excess of it. And then let's start creating another roses. So I will go for this side. White, one side, and then go opposite side. Another one in here. You cannot go wrong with this design, really, guys. Okay, you can see it. We have not nice middle, going opposite direction gives us a nice rose. One direction and then opposite direction. I love this one so much, and you could see it was so quick way to create it. Let's decorate it with some gems, because that gives another dimension to our design. So because this one is quite heavy on the top, we are gonna grab some base gel and stick the crystals on the bottom. So some base gel. And I've got those pinks mixture of the crystals, and I thought like this will be actually amazing to place them in with the combination of some caviar beads and more caviar beads. So I've got them in different sizes, and here. You don't want to overload it with the crystals. So we are just gonna place some nice bits in here using my gem picker. I will search for some different sizes of the crystals. There we are. So let's start maybe with the bigger one. And then we are going to go for some smaller ones around it. So this one is smaller, and this one is smaller. And then the baby ones. So we've got one and another one. Clean my dotting tool so you don't bring the gel polishes. That looks just perfect. Give it a cook. And then on this one, we can go either in the middle. Actually, let's do it in the middle so we've got some different ones. And here I will do some nice combination of the caviar beads and and crystals. I quite like this one, or maybe this. Oh, yeah, this one. Let's do this one. Because it's a large crystal, you don't want to leave it on its own. I'm always placing something smaller to kind of support it, and this way you're building a construction of the crystals which are almost like holding one of each other. So make sure it's nice in the middle. And then if you're happy with it, give it a freeze. This one is ready for the caviar beads. I never play with the caviar beads until I do freeze my crystals. Otherwise, you could too easily move them. Also, guys, I would like to say a huge thank you for every single birthday wishes. That have been so nice of you. And also for every single order you have placed as well. We really much appreciate it. So here I'm placing some caviar beads and just the same on the bottom. So I have choose the kind of medium size, I would say. You have to be always very precise with them. Move them in. And the last one. So quite often I would use my mixing palette to spread the crystals which where I've picked up too many. I would just place them there. Move them in closer. The smaller the crystals, the harder they apply, but the less they move. So the larger they are, the less you would do at the same time. Okay, freeze it. And then let's start decorating this one. So I want some sort of chains in here going on, and now I could join them in on the top with some smaller crystals. I think it's such an awesome design because like we are doing a mixture of like a quick and easy one with some time consuming crystal application. So if I would do like too complicated design and then I will have to apply the crystals, it would be really time consuming. And this way, because we have saved so much time on creating our design, we can spend time placing all those gems for an extra bling. Because who doesn't love the bling? Okay, so another scoop. And then here I'm gonna place some smaller caviar beads. So just 3. Just to kind of finish the design. I've got 1 and 1 more. And I'm happy with that, like really simple this one is. And that's plenty for it. And then let's do some chains in here. So now since I have created something to join in, I would place my caviar beads going to the one side. So pick up a larger scoop of them. Like I usually kind of go pretty macy. And then with the side of the brush, I'm just start placing, moving them to the place I want. So sometimes I would take too many and then you just pull them away. Place it back on your mixing palette so you can use them later on when you need like a single ones. Okay, check if I'm happy with it. Not really, I think it's too large. So remove one more. Okay, I'm almost happy with it. There we are. So we've got first chain. Freeze it because you have spent so much time working on it. So that will give us a time to top coat this one. High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. I think in general, like, I mean, you could do it on absolutely amazing, like a French manicure set, baby boomer set, or even just a white or pink nails and do this design on the ring fingers or ring finger and the middle finger, because it's so pretty and so easy to do it. Okay, I'm top coating my design, like making sure there is no fluffy bits and pieces and the things looks really nice and smooth. And then once I'm happy with it, I can cook it and apply the caviar beads on this one. So again, create my line with the base gel, pick up a scoop of the caviar beads, and then start placing them in. Sometimes they would go on pretty nice and easy, and sometimes you kind of have to fiddle with them. But there is nothing prettier than a crystal application with some caviar beads. I just feel like it's finished the design. And also because the crystals are surrounded, like, so we also applying an extra base gel around some of the crystals, and we do have it with the caviar beads. It's tend to hold the crystals better. At least that's what I find, that if I would place like a single crystals, they've got a chance to jump out. But if we do a combination of them, then things are kind of more hold together. Such a pretty one. Let's freeze it. Okay, and then add a couple more. So I don't want to add anything in there because our design is kind of spreading that way. I would just place and finish this empty spots in here. Check if I can squeeze those medium one. I actually can, so this is so pretty. Oh, come on, separate. They never do if you need to. Oh, there we are. They're just like a brother and a sister and they don't want to separate. Okay, skip them. just too time consuming. Perfect. And one more. Okay, I wouldn't squeeze the big ones around the edges here, so I can use a tiny one, just a one, and one in here. Perfect. Very happy with it. One more. Another one. Clean my brush. I didn't. I just bring it in. Check if your caviar beads are in a good place. Happy, 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 happy. Yeah, I'm very happy with this one. So don't spoil it, don't do it anything else. We're just gonna freeze it. This one is also ready, and I want to show you all the combinations of like a different designs you can do it using this technique. I think they are absolutely fantastic. Usually I try to don't touch the top coat before it's cooling down, because you can kind of bring your fingerprints in it. For caviar beads, I'm always placing my top coats in. So I don't want the top coat around, like on top of my crystals, especially the large ones, they will lose the cut. I'm really working through my top coat. Quite often when you've got caviar beads, you might have an excess of it. So like kind of brush it away. So brush it away. Go and push it against your crystals. Like I always push my top coat against the crystals, like work it through it. If you don't work it through it, like it will be not properly seal it, and then they are more likely to come off as well. I can cook it and then show you all of them. Okay, so that's my tip cooked. Just place it carefully there, and look how awesome how awesome this design is. I don't want to touch them like too much, but it's really pretty and a simple design. I hope guys you have really enjoyed this awesome tutorial. I'm sending you glittery hacks, and bye for now.